Greetings and welcome to another World of Tanks video. I have a really good one for you. And this one, hilariously, is great. But it ain't because of me. That's the reality. Let's just say this wasn't one of my best games, but this was one of the best games of our team, or platoon. So I'm going to show you a game where I was at less than my best for whatever reason. You know, things happen sometimes. But it was awesome, and you're going to see some true awesomeness in this game. And that's one of the things that happens when you have good players in your circle of friends when you're making platoons. And, you know, all the players in your platoon are good, really good players. And you can, I call it the insurance policy. If one of your guys goes down, the others have the ability to step up and execute to take up the slack left by whatever bad luck one of us had. So, if you enjoy this video, please leave a like for it. Please consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed, because you'll see this is the kind of stuff I do. I'm not one of those guys that just brags about all the things that I do. I show videos and make videos of somewhat extraordinary things. Whether I do it, someone else does it, it doesn't really matter. Every one of those videos shows something that can help you in your game play even better, or do something better than you're already doing it. Whether it's me, somebody else, it doesn't really matter. Sometimes the game is so good when I've lost that I posted those games because someone played awesome. So I'm into showing you guys that played awesome. And if a guy plays awesome and beats you, there's nothing wrong with that. It's like, dude, that was awesome. Congratulations. So let's proceed with the video, shall we? Yes, we shall. First, I need to tell you about this tank. It just occurred to me that some of you won't know what this is. This is an M46A1 Cold War Era 1 patent tank, a medium. This is one of the starter tanks. The hilarious part is, if you look, let me zoom in for you. Oh yeah. You see this barrel? Whoops, there we go. You see this barrel, that star? That star is a mark of excellence. And you probably haven't seen one of those on this tank, because most people play this tank, unlock the next one, and they're gone. You know, and this tank is either sits in their garage that they don't use it, or they just get rid of it because it's a starter tank. Literally, it costs nothing. Well, me, I said, you know, well, it was okay. It was a solid tank. And I was like, well, you know, I can use this for operations or contracts. You know, do 50,000 experience in medium tanks. I'm like, well, I can do this one. And that's how I got a mark of excellence. I just kept this tank in my stash. And in fact, I have several other free starter tanks in my stash. And three of them actually, have marks of excellence. The 63i light tank is one of those tanks. The Centurion is one of those tanks. And the other one is one of my other favorites. The M50 Sherman is a tank that's a starter tank. Literally a free tank that I have a mark of excellence, because that tank is fun to play at. And this one's pretty good too. This one, I was like, I don't want to like this tank really. It's that hideous, that turd, it looks kind of hideous, very bulbous, okay? It's kind of hideous. But this tank just performs. And so it's not something I went out of my way go, oh man, this tank is awesome. I'm like, this tank is mediocre. But it performs, man, and that's the thing. Now, it doesn't perform in this video. This is one of the games where it doesn't perform, but that's okay, I have an insurance policy partner, and that's the part of the video that you're here to see, whether you knew it or not. So now I'm going to get you the video. Welcome to the Vineyards. This is me in my awesome M46A1. And I say that it was awesome because in this game, it doesn't, you know, look very awesome with what happens. So we'll be changing our positions relatively soon. The funny thing, though, well, you know, I was doing good, and that was a good shot. And what happened is that these guys, no one's doing anything about these light tanks. They just roll up. I'm like, what are you, high? These guys are not paying attention. So bing, bang, boom, I'm dead. You've got to be kidding me. Well, so I just got overrun by multiple light tanks, and they ate this tank for breakfast. So now, this map, this whole game takes about under 7 minutes. So for the next 5.5 minutes, ballpark, you're going to watch Top play literally one of the most phenomenal light tank games you've seen in a long time. He was just absolutely on fire. I mean, not set on fire, just like, you know, like NBA Jam. He's on fire! His play in this match is nothing less than phenomenal. I told him I'm making this video and he's going to come out looking like a genius. It's like, you know, I'm not doing anything except pointing out said genius. He's the one who did it all, not me. Absolutely phenomenal approach on that tank. Now, I'm dead. So what I did in the game was what I'm doing now is I switched to his tank, and I'm, you know, acting as one of his crew, you know, with spotting of enemies, things of that nature. I'm there to assist him in whatever way I can, you know, because we're in a platoon together. So, you know, no one's showing up on the screen right now. So it's like wander around, wreck into rocks, and try to find the enemy. One of the things that it was really funny, Top was making a mention of this, that in the time we've been playing together, he's learned a lot of light tank stuff from me, and I learned a lot of combat, medium and heavy tank stuff from him. So it's one of those things where, you know, you're making each other better. I'm thinking he's actually gotten more off of me than I have off of him. Because he plays a game here that is so phenomenal that anyone would literally be proud to go, oh yeah, I did that. The thing that was hilarious is that, as he himself mentioned, now you can't see this because it's a replay, but he had over 2,000 assist damage inside of the first minute. Now he said 30 seconds. And, you know, that's what he was observing on the clock. I know for sure it was within the first minute, which itself is phenomenal, because this tank only has 1650 hit points. So he'd already exceeded his hit points inside of what I know for sure was inside of 60 seconds, but he said in the first 30 seconds. And I'm not doubting him, but I just can't remember specifically when he said that. So I'm just saying, I mean, I can witness to that fact of inside of 60 seconds. He was just absolutely phenomenal. And it didn't get any worse. For some reason, I'm getting, you know, some kind of Microsoft server connection problem. And yes, that's where the problem lies. Because as ridiculous as it sounds, to do these replays and have them streamed to my laptop, they have to have a server connection to your Xbox. As ridiculous. I mean, my box is in a different room. I don't need Microsoft to have a server connection from my box to their server back to my computer. That doesn't make any sense. But that's what they do for whatever nefarious purposes that they're planning. I mean, this dude is literally not making a mistake. I mean, I'm not going to tell you that, you know, he's playing it absolutely perfect, because no one can be perfect. But all the decisions he's making, he's not making mistakes. Yes, I told him to adjust his route, which he did, and it went right by that big-headed freak and avoided his gunfire. And our guys captured the base. So there you go. Under 7 minutes for this match, and you'll see why it was awesome. He just played phenomenal. So there you go. He was so phenomenal, he was the MVP. He was sick, I tell you. Absolutely sick. My stats were not good because those guys overran me. I did what I could. Being overrun by 3 light tanks, there's nothing you could do. You will not survive. I got no help, and so I had no chance to survive. Did what little I could. Oh well. And then I helped Top, you know, do what he could do. And so he threw down an MVP. And that's one of the things, he said he really likes this FV101 Scorpion, which I myself like. And I say, this tank is an awesome tank because every time you play it, you are a legitimate candidate for MVP. And he goes ahead and proves that. And he actually proved it earlier. He proved it by getting MVP in that tank in matches before it was fully upgraded. I also did that. And that's how I knew that it was a phenomenal tank. So if you're considering getting the FV101 in Cold War, you just watched this video. I don't have to say another word about it. Top's display was absolutely fantastic. 6,646 spotting damage is ridiculous. I don't think I've ever done that much in this tank. I've done, you know, more in a different tank under, you know, different circumstances. This is one of the finest examples of 101 play I have ever seen. But we killed one guy. He did a good amount of damage, but his spotting damage was just nasty. And that's all you can say. It was nasty. So, like I said, he comes off looking like a genius, and it wasn't me. I'm not the one who made him that way. He did it himself. He was awesome. So, that we come to the end of this guy. And, well, let me throw in this for you. We had a miraculous run. This was part of an 8-game streak. And in that 8-game streak of Cold War matches, we had 5 string theory medals that we got. On the 4th one, we got the first medal. 5th one was medal 2. 6th one, medal 3. 7th one, medal 4. 8th one, medal 5. So we got 5 string theory medals from our run, and we were doing this just to work on our contracts. And when the first one came up, I'm like, oh, dude, we're raking it in. And he just annihilated this stage of his contract. He did like 100,000 experience on his contract in these 8 games. It was sick. Absolutely sick. Maybe it was these 8 plus a few of the other ones that preceded it. But, 10, 12, whatever it was, the 8-win streak, because of the 500% experience. Oh, let me show you the medal. And this will explain it for you. This is what happened. Now, it happened 5 times. The first time, you get this medal. When you win again on the game 5, you get the same thing. It's 500% tank experience boost. This is how he crushed, and I mean crushed, this stage of his contract, because we got 5 of these. It was insane. So that's what I wanted to mention to you as well. Now, essentially, the video is over. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like for it. It'll help other people see it. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It will help me a lot. Please tell your friends so they have a chance to see this for themselves. Maybe this will help them. I have more videos to do, so I got to go, and I will be looking for you in the next one. Thanks again for watching the video.